The way men approach dating lacks consent, and I'll tell you why. I date people of all genders, women, men, non-binary, trans. I'm into you, not necessarily your gender, so I hate to be so gendered in the way I'm speaking here, but this pattern is something I've literally noticed my entire adult life, and I need to talk about it. Regardless of what I've been looking for, whether I've been looking for something casual or whether I've been looking for something serious, there are very interesting patterns of the way that men and women communicate differently in relationships. Like, a woman will just tell you straight up if she wants to keep things casual. A woman will tell you if she wants to hook up. A woman will tell you if she wants to keep it casual. Like, there's a lot of open and clear communication, and they tend to actually follow through with what they're doing. Okay, maybe people's feelings change, maybe things get messy. I'm not saying women are perfect in every way, okay? Like, women can be toxic in their own way, but at least they do what they say for the most part. Whereas men will tell you they're in love with you and then ghost you the next day. Men will say whatever they need to say to get into your pants that night, and then whether they mean it or not. And this might be like obvious or basic, but it's just really frustrating, especially in a time like 2025 where it's like we're having conversations about what we want out of dating. Like, there's a lot less like assumed dating. Like, especially as someone who identifies as queer, it's like I'm going to be pretty upfront with what I want here. And like to sleep with someone under the context of this may be something that's going somewhere. This isn't going to be a one-night thing. This is something that we're building together. We're building towards a relationship. Like, that is now the context that we have set for us sleeping together. So for you to be lying about that, for that to be completely untrue, and then like as soon as you get what you want, you just disappear, that actually feels non-consensual. Because I didn't consent to having a hookup. I didn't consent to having a one-night stand. I consented to us building something. And you'll notice this because sometimes you'll go on several dates with a man before you're willing to sleep with him. And then when you finally do, his truth is revealed. And I just find this like absolutely disgusting. If you want to be casual or you want to hook up, say you want to hook up. But the reason men don't want to say that is because they're worried that you don't want that. So let's just call that what it is. You're tricking me into sleeping with you. This is non-consensual. Oh, you're worried that what you want is something that I won't be okay with. You're worried that what you want is something I won't consent to. So you're putting it in a context that I will consent to under lies. Like, this is actually a huge consent problem, and it feels extremely violating. And if you're a man who's doing this, I want you to realize that you're rapey. You're a rapey guy. And yes, that is most of you.
Like, trusting men at this point seems like doing it at your own risk. Literally. I don't understand how you could go out there and be like, oh, well, I'm so feel trusting of a man. No, sis. This is why people like Shira 7 exist. Like, you don't go in with your heart. They tell you, oh, you want them for your money, but what else do you have to offer? Because the only reason you're in a relationship with me, you don't want a relationship. You want the emotional labor. You want my loveness. You want my care. You want all of that for free. You don't want to pay for it, because paying for it means that I'm using you, but you are okay with using me, and you disguise that as being okay. I'm just saying, I'm thinking out loud. Observing people, men more specifically, how they love, that most of them just need the care of a woman. They don't need women. You don't need me. You just need parts of me that makes you feel good about yourself. How I fuck you, how I love you, how I touch you, how I kiss you, how I make you feel. But you don't care to do the same for me. You see. So anyways, loving men in 2025 is a risk. That's why I follow Shira 7. As dramatic as she is, she's valid in many ways.
I think the way men date lacks consent? I think the way men are lacks consent. They hate consent. The only thing I disagree with the OP on is I don't think men are lying and leading women on because that's the only way they can get what they want. It would actually be easier for women to give them what they want in a different context because, as she said, women are open and honest. There are plenty of women announcing to the world all they want is a hookup, all they want is a casual thing. Men don't want those women, and it's not because, as people have said, they have a bad reputation or they're loose or they're easy or whatever. Think about the word easy as men apply it to women who they feel have a lot of experience. It's too easy for them to get into physical communion with those women. If all you want is a physical conquest, which men repeatedly say, how is it too easy? And it's not because they want a challenge. It's because they want to extort something from someone. It's because they want to do mental harm. As I've told you all repeatedly, they get off on taking something that wasn't offered. I refer back to Samantha Jones on Sex and the City. Samantha Jones was eager to hook up casually. She couldn't wait to physically get it on. So what did Richard Wright want to extort from her? Not her body, because she was offering that up willingly. He wanted to extort her feelings, her soul. He wanted to awaken her love without ever really wanting to return it, because he wanted what was not on offer. He kept begging for romance. She kept saying, no, I'm not interested in romance. He promised, I'm different, trust me, love me. And the minute she let her guard down, he wanted to play with her. Oh, well, I love you, but I don't want to be exclusive. What the hell kind of love is that? Oh, I love you, but I want you to arrange a you-know-what sum for my birthday. He loves you so much, he wants you to look at him in you-know-where with another woman? I'll be glad when this app gets off my back and I can talk regularly again. But it's not love. It is just control. It's just manipulation. They want whatever you don't offer. If you offer up your body, they want your feelings. If you offer up your heart, they want your body. They are just contrary and, may I say, evil. And it's psychotic. It's not normal to be like that. They have grapey personalities. This is what is meant by grape culture. They constantly want what is not theirs to take, what has not been offered, what has not been consented to. That is psychotic. It is sick. Single best thing to happen to women in terms of dating has been social media. Because when we make videos like this, you can see their reaction in real time. Because, of course, the men are already there. Oh, what kind of men are you dating? Oh, with a full apology. I'm sorry you dated men who hurt you. Men need to make up their mind which lie they're going to go with. Because when a woman says men lie to get in your pants, they do this and they do the third, they're like, oh, just the ones you're choosing. All men aren't like that. There are good men out there. But if a woman ever says, I trusted a man, I took him at his word, and then he hurt me, men blame the woman. Well, what do you expect? Of course he was just lying to get in your pants. Are men liars or not? Please tell me. And the answer is, of course they are. Because when these same men have daughters, they run to tell them, don't listen to anything men say, make him prove everything, don't sleep with him until marriage, because up until that point, he's just lying to get what he can. And now I can talk about the content of her video, which is I do believe that this is rape by deception. If you consent on certain terms, i.e., he says you are now in a committed relationship, he says you all are exclusive, whatever the thing may be, but later he is exposed as lying and violating the terms under which you consented, that is absolutely rape by deception. And honestly, we need to start bringing civil suits. The same way stealthing only became a crime after enough women bothered the courts about it and said, hey, I consented to SMEX. I did not consent to unprotected SMEX. I didn't consent to the risk of disease or pregnancy. He took away my consent. And then it became a prosecutable crime. This needs to be a crime. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still all about self-protection in the meantime. I don't think we should ever take a day off from believing that men are lying liars, because they are. And you should believe that nothing he says is true until he proves it several times over. And you have to resort to these extremes because if you get hurt, if you get a disease, if you get abandoned with a child, if anything happens to you, the world as a whole is going to blame you. But whether or not you get sympathy, you're still going to have to bear the consequences of whatever his lie was. So always believe that men are lying. It's a form of self-protection. And if men are so mad about that, they can do the legwork of holding their fellow men accountable. You don't want us distrusting you? Oh, don't blame me for what the last guy did. Make men as a whole tell the truth. Make consequences for them. Otherwise, these are the consequences. And it's not a punishment. It is simply a case of reaping and sowing. There has been no social punishment as a whole for men who lie to women. Consequently, women must believe now men are lying automatically to protect themselves from financial, physical, and other consequences. It's just natural.